We've got a rainy game. A player from our team is officially on the Heisman list. But I'm not going to tell you who. You got to wait till halftime to figure that one out. But this game is going to be wild. And with the first play out of the way, and we obviously have our two recruits visiting, we're seeing 4 swatted passes and 2 interceptions for Desmond Simmons. And then for P.O. Clark, we have 2 sacks with a linebacker. Is what we ultimately got to get done. Let's make it happen. We have a torrential downpour, a monsoon, some might say, and we are just out here trying to find our way as our guy Warren Fullwood is out here donning up Indiana's defense at the moment. So many of our players are figuring things out right now. We saw Williams, we saw Fullwood, we saw a lot of guys have very, very good weeks. And honestly, things are booming right now for Warren Fullwood, who picks up another 16-yard gain. Fullwood back here with Williams again. He's pretty gassed. They're running around a good bit. Nice little dump off here to Armani Fernie again, trying to make a stake for the claim of the best tight end in Cascade Valley history. Joe Kendrick in the game, 2 quarterbacks side by side. Kendrick's gonna take the handoff, getting nowhere to really run as Indiana's all over that. Porter Ryan coming over in motion. Fullwood feels some pressure, drops off to Jalen Clark. It's kind of a quick pass and he goes for nothing. I mean, in Fullwood's defense there, if he doesn't get rid of that ball when he does, that's probably going to be an interception, or excuse me, a sack, and he gets sacked in this play regardless, so I don't care. We ain't getting any points here. Indiana's a tough team. They face a really tough schedule so far, and they are just out here trying to make sure they know that they're good. Bradley's out here moving around, doesn't really have anybody. Throws one deep. We got a couple of guys there. DeMel Hill refuses to jump. Are you kidding me? That's 50 yards they gave up because of that. This is a team not afraid of the big play, and they showed it right there. First play, they go for 50 yards down the field. Are you kidding me? They came to play. Makes a quick adjustment. 2nd and inches. We're watching their guys. Holman doing a great job in coverage. They throw underneath, though, and he misses that one. Are you kidding me? Need the guys to make a big stop here. Barely any yards to go. They slide a guy over into the backfield. The quarterback keeps it, a big hit, multiple guys there. Christoph Houston's going to bring him down to make it 4th and 2. Look, Indiana didn't come out here to kick field goals. They came out here to try and get a W, and they are going for it on 4th down with only 2 yards to go. Quarterback by his lonesome. A lot of pressure here off the edges. Isaiah Holman, what a hit, and they're going to turn this ball over as we get the sack. Indiana, we came to play too. All I'm saying is you better watch out if you're playing Cascade Valley, man. We're out here bringing it. Fullwood feels it a little bit. Sees a guy coming back, throws it over there. Who else is going to be but Patrick? Don't forget the McDonald. I mean, it's McDonald, but we're going to McDonald today. Big-time players make big-time plays. You've seen that time and time again with this squad. Speaking of big-time players making big-time plays, it's Fernie, and Fernie runs into it over down to the 1-yard line. What a play by the tight end. What a throw, too. Fullwood is the perfect 5 for 5 for 100-plus yards. You'd love to see that in the first quarter. This man is absolutely killing it. Up the middle, here's Terrence Williams. Fights for that 0-yard touchdown run, but it counts all the same. We'll take the points and the lead. Shotgun again for Indiana. Looks like a halfback screen coming up. Houston doing his best to get over there. He's going to try to get to Jones. He can, and they get 9. Little 2nd and short. Holman again trying to get to the quarterback. Quarterback absolutely just panics right there. Mitchell's going to be there. Can't quite get to him, but what a hit there by Carson. Indiana again goes for the run this time up the middle. We got guys there, and Shackelford stops him after 1. Defense has definitely had its moments this year. They've honestly struggled a little bit against the run, more so than I want them to. It feels like Cascade Valley of old, but they're getting around to it. We have to keep in mind, though, this is a brand new defense we obviously installed. A lot of new first-time players coming out there on the field. There's so much work to be done, and as you can see in coverage, we're still learning. But at the same time, one of the biggest issues we're having is just not getting to the quarterback. Our pass rush has just been not great. It does great there, but we have to make sure we get to the quarterback like that so our coverage can get bailed out. And honestly, most of the time our coverage is giving up something. It's because we've had the quarterback out there chilling with 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. Nobody can cover someone that long. Big opportunity here, 3rd down to 6 yards. Bradley looking for something. Trying to shut off the short routes if we can. They go for the underneath, and they get the big fella for the 1st down. Craig Johnson got all 9 yards. Indiana's first drive obviously started off super hot, and it was just really not much after that. This time, they're absolutely chipping away with small play after small play. First quarter winding down. Holman again trying to get to the quarterback. They're locking him up. He gets past multiple guys, and James Mitchell, you can't drop that. James Mitchell reportedly blaming that on some raindrops sitting on his visor, but I don't care. You have to make that play when the ball's right there in your hands like that. Potential screenplay coming up. They don't have anything, and another big sack. Bradley goes down, and it's none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Amir Carson. The defense did a great job there, and we need to see more sort of coverage like that, in my opinion. Lock them down. Don't let them get anything, and just come right back and do something big. 2nd and 8, started the 2nd quarter now. That was a direct pass to that linebacker, or that corner, whoever. He's trying to get in the end zone. We're see Williams tackle him, in the 3rd interception of the season for Fullwood. Comes in a really bad spot. You definitely feel some pressure getting to Fullwood a little bit there. Again, he's been so good this season, but now that interception leads to immediate points by Nick Bradley, who capitalizes on opportunity, and Indiana's tying it up. You could probably argue we're a little too pass happy there, so we're going to go make sure we get back to this run game. And Terrence Williams says it's about time to run the football because I'm going for 14 up the middle. Indiana's shifting things around a little bit. We're going right back to the run game. Williams, plenty of time up the middle. I mean, what a hit late on him, but 13 yards before it happens. Keeping that moving. Joe Kendrick actually in the game now. That's not good news. Forward did get hit hard there. I'm hoping it's nothing crazy. Forward seems to be okay. Back under center. 2nd and 17. Feels it, throws it, and Porter Ryan has it and then drops it at the last second. Forward looking for some opportunity here. 3rd and 17. Porter Ryan has him step, maybe, possibly, who knows? That one is not even opportunity. You got an opportunity, you got to put your hands up, Porter. What are we doing? I mean, I got to give all the props to Forward there. He put an absolute dime out there. Porter Ryan has got to put his hands up, and he doesn't make anything happen. That should have been a ball caught inside the 5 and in the end zone now. Maybe they're blaming on the rain. Maybe there's a miscommunication. Regardless, I don't want to see any more of it. I want to see big things for this offense next time they're on the field. All the momentum in the world right now is with Indiana. They go underneath. This time to Washington. We make a couple of big misses there, and Christoph Houston forces him out after 16. Bradley again. Hands went off to Washington, who had a great run last time, but DeMel Hill stops him. Defense is bending a whole lot. Do not want them to break. They go to the edge here, but James Mitchell stands up Bradley for a loss of 3. Big play after big play for Indiana right now. Can they convert here in the 3rd and 6 where Cascade Valley knows they need a big stop? They throw one, and he dislodges it. Houston gets over there a little bit late, but what a play to make sure that ball's not caught. And a whole lot of issues right now for the offense. Can't really get things going. Everybody's not on the same page. This is not the kind of game you want to see that happen. Forward gets rid of it. Clark making some great moves. Breaks the tackle, gets up 9. 2nd and short here. Dropping back a little bit more than we wanted to, but Jalen Clark gets another reception here for 6. 4 minutes left here. Take what they give you. We find a whole lot right here. Mr. Wilson scooting down the field. A stiff arm gets him on the right side of the 50 for 27. 3:45 and some change left. Forward again, hit there late. That was going to go to McDonald, but he couldn't get it to him. Things are not good right now. Ben Williams is in, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But Forward took an injury. He was holding his shoulder again. We don't quite know the extent of the injury, but good Lord, are we nervous? Meanwhile, Williams finds Porter Ryan across the middle for a big gain, getting us inside the 20. Williams comes over. Get news, though, it's back spasms. Forward's going to be back in the game sooner rather than later. So that's great news, but we got to keep him healthy. Speak of the devil, Forward's right back in the game right now. I think you saw that pass from Ben Williams and was like, nah, I'm not trying to lose my spot. And he comes in and throws a dot to Furtney, the tight end connection. You know, Forward loves a tight end, and he showed it right there. The team responded the way they need to with 3 minutes left. Indiana has the rock right back, trying to do something at home, and ain't having none of it. 7-point lead going into halftime isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's not the best thing in the world. I can tell you that much. Houston doing his best. They're throwing on Shackelford. Jonas Shackelford, excuse me. The big fella making plays. Jonas Shackelford is famous for having 3 fingers on each hand, and good Lord, that man has made a play to get this game in a good situation. Forward back out here. Feels that pressure. Sees a guy deep. He says, hold on a second, brother. I got you, Porter. Same quarterback, but the arm action different. The one thing we've really missed since Mike Hemphill's junior season has been the ability to force turnovers. And good Lord, are we out here playing defense in a much better way thanks to Shackelford. Is his defense perfect? No, absolutely not. But when you see guys making plays like that, you love to see everything coming around. Holman trying to get to the running back. He decapitated the man again. Our guys ready to make a play. Bradley in the backfield by himself, hoping we get this little 3-down rush to work a little bit. They throw one, it's over. Home and company are not there, and they get another big gain to keep this drive alive. We gave him all the time in the world to throw the football, and they absolutely made us pay. They're sliding their tight end over. George Fry trying to come off the edge here. They go with a halfback screen. We completely sold the opposite way. Shackelford gets stiff armed to the next year, and George Fry comes back and gets the tackle. Despite that interception, Nick Bradley's having a heck of a game right now. Almost 200 yards in the first half. I mean, I think pretty much every quarterback would take that against this defense. And Aaron Jones gets hit hard, but he gets 14. Huge opportunity here. The quarterback's going to keep it. We have no one there. Mitchell hits the tackle, but it's 8 yards for Nick Bradley, and he's back in the end zone again. The last 2 drives for us have been incredible. We need more like that, in my opinion. We got 51 seconds, all our timeouts. We can make something happen here. Mr. Wilson, love to see that. Nearly gets the first down. They say he's a little bit short, though. They say he's not down all the way. He gets up. Are you kidding me? Wilson said, hold on, I'm going to get that first down. That play's going to give Forward the 200-yard passing mark today. He's throwing over the top. He's got a guy with a step on him. This one is going to be called by Wilson. Are you kidding me? 57 yards later, he's got it. Hey, somebody call Sports Center. Da-na-na, da-na-na. That's catch of the year. We got 1st and goal. We're gonna let the clock run a couple of more seconds here. I feel pretty confident we can get in the end zone here, but we don't want Indiana to have a lot of time trying to get points back on the board themselves. Terrence Williams in the end zone, completely untouched. That is going to extend our lead back to 14, assuming the extra point's good. Warren Forward out here slinging that rock. This team is finally getting things going, and we got a 14-point lead. Enjoy the halftime show. Welcome to the halftime show for Cascade Valley. It's been a great first half, but we got to talk about recruiting. Now, we have 2 recruits visiting this week. We have P.O. Clark and Desmond Simmons. Let's break that down. Now, first up is Desmond Simmons, who honestly we are doing significantly well for. We've got him obviously visiting this week, and long as we don't really fumble the bag here, this should be an easy W, and we should get him in. As a reminder, super good athlete, great speed. He's got really good zone coverage and man coverage, 90 zone, 96 man, high play rec. This dude's got carrying, he's got elusiveness, he's got return ability. This dude's literally got it all, okay? We can play him on offense and defense. You better believe we will. We also have P.O. Clark visiting, the outside linebacker at 74 overall. Again, this dude, we're pretty much on the fringe of getting him, in my opinion. We're going up plus 65 each week, not huge, but this visit should, in my opinion, push him to the brink of signing with us. Do it already. One of the big developments that we had this week, though, is that Will Scott actually had us locked out. We were outside of his top 4, but we ended up working things out. We broke the lock. We're now 873 points behind Appalachian State. So I believe that we'll be okay. It's just, good Lord, we got to make sure we lock this up. For those who aren't familiar with Will Scott, again, a guy that can probably play offense and defense, high zone and man coverage with an 84 and 82 respectively. You go over and look at his offense. He got 87 juke, 80 spin move, 65 carrying, 92 stiff arm. Can't really throw the ball, got high ball carrier vision. Again, spectacular catch, catching's high, route running's pretty decent. Again, a guy that can probably play offense and defense. We recruiting athletes out here. And honestly, I'm not one to brag, but go ahead and look at your boys. We're the #1 recruiting class in the nation. I know it's early and we got a long time before the season's done, but we got 1 5-star, 6 4-stars. We're literally the best in the nation for now. From a top 25 standpoint, Clemson goes from 2 to 1. We go from 3 to 2. That's because Oklahoma actually goes from 1 to 4 with a 17-34 loss against number 8 Auburn. But I'm feeling pretty good right now. We face number 20 Indiana this week, as you already know that we're playing them at this point. Penn State moves from 5 to 3. Oklahoma again to 4. Boise State 9 to 5. Boise State's been having a great run these last couple of seasons. Their schedule's kind of soft, but they're still making a great run. LSU goes from 10 to 6. Alabama goes from 13 to 7 with a big win against number 13 Mississippi, or Ole Miss at that point. Miami's back in the top 10. Texas A&M falls out to number 10. We see Florida go up a spot. North Carolina goes from 6 to 14. Michigan goes up 2 spots. And then we see UCF fall back a little bit and swap with Iowa. But can we talk about the youngest player in Cascade Valley history to ever be considered for the Heisman right now? Yes, Antonio Keys, Courtney Baker, Ben Powell are all there. But look at our boy Warren Forward, the true freshman, who is now increased to a 90 overall. Had a 5-touchdown performance last week, leading his team to a top 2 team in the nation at the moment. We got big things for Mr. Fullwood. And then really quickly, an update on our top 2 players on the board, Jonathan Anderson and Jeremiah Butler. For Anderson, again, the team up north is still inching closer and closer and closer. We need him to sign ASAP because right now Michigan's making their way. But with them having a week 10 visit, this is looking like it ain't going to be our race. Things are also getting spicy for Jeremiah Butler. They are moving up inch after inch as well, them being University of Kentucky. They just had their week 3 visit, though. I think with them actually having a 5-point increment advantage above us, it's going to hurt us a little bit, but we've actually moved up 50 points, which means the increment should be about 5 or 10. And then we have our week 10 visit, hopefully later on this year. We should be able to lock him up and put Kentucky out of the race. Welcome back from the halftime show. Indiana is trying to get some points on this board ASAP. They got the ball to start the second half, and so far, so good. They got the ball across the 50, and they are trying to make some plays, and their quarterback just won't stop, and he can't stop fumbling the football. What a hit by Houston. Holman is going to pick it up. Jones out here running him down, gets him down at the 10-yard line. Things just went from bad to whole, buddy, they got worse. Christoph Houston was one of the controversial players. We had George Fry. George Fry obviously hasn't panned out the way we wanted to. He's still been pretty good this season, but I think Christoph Houston is going to be an all-timer. And this one's called by McDonald. Very close, a small window, but it don't matter. The QB to QB connection works again. A lot of people might have been hating Fullwood through that interception. Obviously, he can't be perfect for the most of the season, but God, has he played so much better today after having that really bad turnover. Things are getting really bad for Indiana. I mean, they were doing such a good job. They had a great drive, but that fumble, that turnover, us getting the ball and scoring immediately, it kills them. This, in my opinion, is what separates you from being a, top 20 team and a top 2 team. Our team really has what it takes, and he fumbles again. Are you kidding me? Bradley in this rain is struggling. Isaiah Holman on just in different level right now. This man is a ball hawk, and he's finding ways to just make play after play. Their quarterback's going to keep it, though. Fry forces the fumble. He's fumbled 3 times in the last 5 plays. Hill recovers it. I mean, these dudes are everywhere right now. You've got to be kidding me. Maybe that was Kendall Owens and George Fry, but whatever, that combination worked. We've got the ball right back. Warren Full was like, hold on, we got the ball again? Literally insane. Mr. Wilson having himself a ball game today. This man might break a record today for Cascade Valley. I believe the most receiving yards in a game ever has been 166 in school history. That, I think, is going to be broken by Matt Wilson today. First down again. Fullwood feels that pressure. Has a guy, decides to switch it up, throws it in Porter Ryan. I don't know if he got that one. I'm going to take it. I don't know if he got it. Despite that play looking a whole lot of fishy, they didn't really say anything. They didn't actually challenge it. The refs didn't go back and look at it. That's going to end up counting for us, and I'm not mad. Second down for Indiana again. Bradley again. It's just been a tough game for that dude. He had it going. He was killing it, and the turnovers have hurt him. If you want to talk about who really started, it was Jonas Shackelford. That huge interception that he had is really what got things going. And look at George Fry with a tackle for a loss in the backfield, stepping up big. 7 tackles already for that dude. Say what you want. Him and outside linebacker has still been a good experiment. 4th and 5. They obviously had to go ahead and punt. Jalen Clark looking for a good return. A short punt here in the rain. Not much protection. The man goes down immediately. Protect that man at all costs. Forward in this offense continue to be aggressive right now. He's doing his best to move around. Sees a guy deep. He throws it over the top. It's going to be Jalen Clark, who just didn't get much of a punt return coverage, but he got a huge gain here on the receiving side. First down, feels like a blitz is possibly coming here. Forward recognizes this man is out here running for his life. Sees a guy deep, says, hold up, YOLO, and he hits McDonald. Had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm, he had a catch. E-I-E-I-O. Man, Warren Fullwood's in his bag right now. These throws, remarkable. And Fullwood's going to keep this one, goes in the end zone there. 5th touchdown of the game for him personally. Different. The score has went from just unbelievably close to what in the heck is happening. What is happening on this play? Hello? Third quarter's coming to a close now, about 2.5 and some change left, and we are just having an absolute dominant display out here. And Christoph Hughes is tackling the man from behind when he was in front of him. I don't even know what's happening. Defying physics. 2nd and 7 here. Again, watching the short routes, watching where the halfbacks got. They go underneath this time for a gain of 4. 3rd and 3. What can the squad do? They're going over the top. We're getting absolutely torched by a dude with the last name Granado. He went deep. Look, to be fair, ball security-wise has been terrible for Bradley. Multiple fumbles. Obviously, the interception didn't really help him out a ton. But the dude's throwing for a whole lot of yards. Like, he's out here slinging that rock. I mean, that was a heck of a catch right there. But this dude's slinging a rock, and he showed it right there. I didn't really hate what our defense did there. Yes, some plays they gave up that didn't really make a lot of sense. But still, they're playing all right. Even that touchdown reception at the end there wasn't a huge deal for me because Johnson was all over that dude. It's just a matter of the coverage was just not as good as what the ultimate catch ended up being, and that catch was nuts. Also, someone explain to me how we are 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions when we have 49 points. That is just one of, I think, the craziest stats I think I've seen all season for our team, despite the fact that we just threw a screen pass for -4 yards. Hello? I mean, I guess that play was a little telegraphed at that point, and they go back and run the same play that we did. We've been watching it. 4th quarter's here, 2nd and 14 for Indiana. I mean, they're not, I guess, entirely out of it, but this ain't looking too good for them right now. Playing the pass the whole way. This is one of the last home games we're going to have for a long time because we got a whole lot of away games coming up, so just keep that in mind. Things are about to get a whole lot more tough. The home games have been great, but that schedule snafu isn't going to last much longer. 4th quarter's got plenty of time left. Our offense, again, looking to do some more damage here. And again, Terrence Williams hasn't run the ball a lot, but he's been effective. It's also been an unbelievably easy day for that dude because he hasn't really had to work too hard for all the things that he's been able to do. And look at Wilson again, getting closer to that record. Keeping it going under center this time. Ferdinand wide open across the middle. Big fella, we see you getting the big yards. Forward again, ready to get things going. Sees this guy over the top. No, the ball slipped out. He had Wilson wide open for a touchdown. 2nd down. Little play action fake. Play action has been working unbelievably well so far. Back across. This is going to go to Jalen Clark. Clark looking great on that one inside the 10 now. 450 passing yards for the young king himself. This has just been an unbelievable game. What we've seen from our quarterback, Warren Fullwood. Fullwood takes his time. Throws it, and Wilson had it and dropped it. 2nd and goal forward with that quick adjustment. Sees a young fella in there. It's Mac, and Mac, they say, is actually at the 1-0 shot. He should have been in the end zone. He fell in. With a little 3rd and goal action. Look, Terrence Williams hasn't really run the ball a ton. Already has 2 rushing touchdowns. Might as well make it 3. The dude deserves it. He's been playing great today, and we'll give him another reward. At this point of the game, our guys are just focused on executing some plays they've been working on in practice a little bit. Honestly, playing better coverage and maybe forcing one more turnover. Probably not going to see forward back in on offense in the next play, but we really have an opportunity for Wilson to stay in the game. He's not, again, our top wide receiver, but he can come in and get a few more yards and maybe break that record. Coach Mervin McMervin was really on the sidelines telling his defense, get a stop for your boy, Mr. Wilson. He needs it right now. Holman chasing down the running back. It's Washington, and he stops him after about a yard. Holman's got a crazy game today. 5 tackles, 4 of those tackles being for a loss, and 2 sacks. I mean, talk about a guy that's just dedicating his body out there to stop this team. This one's going deep. Coleman got mossed. Wiggs turned around and said, excuse me. Excuse me, I got a scholarship to make sure I keep. So Williams comes in as the quarterback. We obviously have Wilson out here, receiver. I can't front. That was a really athletic move from a dude I didn't expect to get to that ball. Props to him. Okay, so once again, the defense needs to stop here to make sure that Wilson can be okay and that we don't obviously choke this game up. Bradley running around, lost track of where he's going. Multiple guys there. He slides down, but still gets hit. Indiana fighting for respect right now. Hayes gets in the backfield, can't quite do anything. We got guys everywhere, but instead not where the ball is. It's not the worst thing in the world. They actually end up scoring here because, you know, we've got a massive lead, not enough time for them to come back. But we want to make sure that Wilson has an opportunity to get that record or even close to it. The record, again, I don't remember exactly. I think it's 166 yards, which is, again, not crazy. But he's right there on the cusp of potentially being able to get it. They get a touchdown here to Harper. And you know what? It's not the end of the world. We got the ball coming right back our way. How the last drive ended was pitiful. Let's not do that again. Actually, we're going to run the same exact play and just kind of see what happens here. Williams kind of fast, but has to get rid of that one because they were right back there ready. Wilson's honestly done best when he's been running these short underneath routes. So we're going to try to expose one of those again, but they're actually covering that pretty well here. Throw. We're selling. We're selling. This squad has worked their way to get the ball back. A fumble was recovered, and we have it back. Ben Williams is probably saying I'm transferring and hates it here. But you know what? It's all in the name of getting Wilson some yards. 2nd and 4. What is our offensive line doing here? What is happening? And to make matters worse, Wilson's not even in on this play because he's probably tired AF from all this running around he's had to do. But we do have Chris Mack underneath, a dude who's got some moves his own right. Look at Chris Mack pick up a big gain at 21. 1st 10. Wilson's back in the game. We see him. We're forcing it, absolutely, I know. But we're going to keep trying. Wilson comes out for a play. I mean, we need him open on a play like this. Chris Mack getting some big yards out here down to the 20. Wilson out here in the edge. Might be bump and run coverage. We're going to let it fly. So close. I think the craziest thing is that Wilson, I don't think actually has a receiving touchdown at all today. This dude has just been catching balls literally everywhere, but doesn't have a single touchdown. And still don't. At this stage, I have no idea where we are, what year it is, how many yards this dude needs. I just know that we're out here late struggling, as the French say. No shot. They deflected that. We're going for it on 4th down. We had a beautiful play drawn up, and they took it from us. Oh my God, he's not even open now. And that's gonna... I don't want to talk about it. Listen, I know you thought it was over, but we have a chance. We got the ball back with 16 seconds. Wilson. Jump. I have never force-fed another player this much in my entire life, okay? But we're doing it right now, okay? We're doing it right now. They blitzing. Just catch it. I mean, we're really down to the nitty-gritty right now, you know? We're really there. Run. Fast. This might be it. Call a timeout just in case with 1 second left. 19 yards by Mr. Wilson. 174. Is that the record? I don't know. My timeout didn't get called. I called a timeout and they did. Whatever. We're going to walk out of here with the W. I have no idea if Wilson actually got the touch or the yards record or not, but I know that Warren Fool was out there slinging that rock. And we got a W because of it. Love winning a rivalry game, especially when your QB plays like this. 450 through the air. Barely had any rushing yards. Had a whole lot of touchdowns. The Heisman list. He's climbing it. Recapping the stats, you already know what Fullwood did. Ben Williams, we kind of ruined today. But you know what? He got some effort. out there. Yeah, I don't even know. We ruined him. Williams goes for 49, 3 touchdowns. Forward has 1 touchdown and 11 yards rushing. On the receiving side, Matt Wilson goes 8 receptions, 174 yards, no touchdowns. Honestly, it might not be a record for most receiving yards in a game in Cascade Valley. We'll figure that out next week. But it definitely has to be a record for most receiving yards in a game in Cascade Valley without a single touchdown. The 4 drops will work on, but still, he was pretty good. Ferdy is 73 and a touchdown. Porter Ryan at 105 and 2 touchdowns. We see Patrick McDonald go for 1 touchdown and 84 yards. And don't sleep on Clark and Mack, who both play well in the limited time that they got the ball out here too. On the defensive side, Christoph Houston, 8 tackles, 2 for a loss, ended up forcing a fumble. George Fry had 7 today, looking more like his old self. From a sack perspective, we had 2 from Holman, 1 from Amir Carson. Interceptions, you already know what we had. 1 from Jonas Shackelford, and that really changed the game. This was a very close game. They had the doors blown off of it as soon as Jonas Shackelford took all 3 fingers on this hand and all 3 fingers on that hand and put them together to catch that ball. If we keep playing like that, easy dubs coming. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.